and that's just a part of the game.
100%, 100%. So, the fight ends. Seemed to me that you believe that, Spence wasn't really 100% in that fight. You go on Instagram and we basically call out Terence Crawford. At this point in time in your career, now that you said before that you weren't wanting to fight any of the undefeated fighters, is Terence Crawford on your radar right now?
Why not? Why not? Keith Thurman, look at my resume, man. I fight the best.
Yeah, you have one of the
I
best
fight the best.
resumes in boxing. You and Deshaun Porter.
So at the end of the day, I mean, who's interested in being the next guy to do that to Errol Spence?
How about
Not me.
54?
You know what I
Are
mean?
you interested in moving up in weight at all?
If it makes the fight happen, I do what it takes to make the fight happen. I don't really I know my division, the welterweight division. I love the welterweight division. I love being in the storyline of Ray Leonard, De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather. I mean, I always knew where I was going to compete, and it's 147, and I can still make the weight class today. Proper nutrition, proper diet, and proper strength and cardio regimen. We're there all day. I mean, week by week by week, we make it happen. We drop the weight, and it's attainable. It's not out of reach. A lot of these guys are saying, oh, my body and this and that. Oh, I want to be bigger. I feel bigger. I feel stronger. I feel like it's taxing. It is taxing, baby. But, great things come with great sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel. And I know my body can still do it. It's really the nutritional plan. It's really the cardio, calories in, calories out. It's just sports science. It ain't nothing new to me. I know how to make it happen. Does being at 154, I mean, like let's just do the math. Anybody who fights at 147 is fighting the next day at 158. Let's just do the math. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? So what are you saying? You're gonna fight at 54, then what? You're gonna be in the ring the next day at 60, 62, 64. You're still gonna gain 10 pounds, or is your body not gonna allow you to gain 10 pounds? You're practically 147 fighters are practically almost up to 160 by the time they fight.
Mhm.
160 fighters are technically up to 170, 172 by the time they fight. Those are other divisions. See, people don't even understand that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a sacrifice that we make with our bodies to compete in our division. So when I hear a welterweight say that they want to move up, what I really hear is a man who lacks the will to sacrifice.
Mm. What do you think that
That's
you?
my personal opinion, especially when I heard Danny Garcia was moving up to 54. Like, Danny, bro, you was a 140 pounder who moved up to 147. I mean, I get it. You got by everybody. Everybody got you. So you're moving up to 154. But like, to me, it lacks a discipline. But at the end of the day, like, if he could somehow get some kind of small title or anything, then he would be a three-time divisional champion. And then from that retrospect, it's like, oh, okay, that's enticing again. That's enticing. But when I first hear that these guys are moving up in weight, I just wonder how much they lack that will to sacrifice.
When it comes down to what you want to do in your next fight, do you plan on having a certain month that you plan to come back? And if so, is Terrence Crawford a guy that you plan on going for? And what could you do differently that Errol Spence couldn't do? Stylistically, obviously you're a better mover, you set better traps, you're
Yeah.
obviously a lot more craftier in the ring as well. Speed, you name it. You know what I'm saying? You're definitely that guy when it comes down to that. What could you do in a Terrence Crawford fight due to the fact that everyone is calling him pound for pound number one? So I'm sure that's the guy you want, right?
Yeah, I don't really care about fairy tale stories. I don't care about no pound for pound. That's barbershop talk. That's Disney World fairy tale.
But
There
it's a
ain't no
good,
such
it's a good
there's no
payday.
such thing as pound for pound. Let's be honest. There is no such thing. It's just in your headspace. You know what I'm saying? What I like to do is honor the champions as they are. You know what I mean? they were saying, oh, who's pound for pound? Inoue, is Inoue pound for pound, or is Terence Crawford pound for pound? You know what I'm saying? How about Inoue is a tremendous champion who deserves praise, and Terrence Crawford is an amazing champion who deserves praise. How about we live with that? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I don't really care too much about pound for pound. You know, when I first moved up in the ranks and I was coming up and I was younger, and I saw the article with Canelo and me by Ring Magazine, and they had me ranked number 7 on the pound for pound list. Like it felt nice, you know what I mean? You know, but as I continue to really just focus on the sport and the game, I realize, you know, that's not the main story. But you know, who made pound for pound popular? Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather not only was one of the biggest pay-per-view
Wait a minute, Roy
sellers in
Jones.
history.
Roy Jones did. Wait a minute, Roy Jones.
Okay, but then Floyd took it after Jones.
Yeah.
Okay, and Floyd held it longer. Okay, and Floyd, in the process of being pound for pound number 1, also was the number 1 pay-per-view sales, and also was the highest paid athlete in all sports for 2 years in a row. You know, so that made it like a thing where like the superstar should also be pound for pound number 1.
Right.
Okay, so it's just it's a thing for you people. It's not a real thing for me. You know.